What's going on YouTube? So today we're going to do another NBA trade rumor video. If this is your first time here and you like NBA related content, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. So today we're going to do Derrick Rose. He's been having an incredible season for the Pistons and he's really killing it. He has numbers very close to his MVP season. Let's see if they listed here. Yeah, they do. So in 2010-2011, D Rose averaged 27 points, 8 assists, 1.1 steals a game, and very good true shooting numbers, box plus minus, net rating. And now again this year, he's averaging 26 points a game, 8.4 assists, 1.1 steals, as well as very good numbers all around. Now, he's been doing it on a beat-up Pistons team, but he's still putting up crazy good numbers, very close to his MVP season, and I'm sure a lot of teams are very interested in him. He has a very affordable contract. I think it's $7 million this year and like $8 million next year. Oh no, it actually says it right here. 7.3 million this year, 7.7 million next year. So he has a very, very movable contract. The Pistons can easily get a first-round pick or a second-round pick or many second-round picks for him. And especially coming from a contender, I saw an article where Philly and the Lakers were pretty interested in him, and they do both make kind of sense. I'm not sure what either of them would give up. Maybe it'll be in this article too. But he could help a contending team, maybe even the Clippers, maybe even the Rockets. I don't know, but let's see what else they have here. So the Lakers were the first one. The deal was Kyle Kuzma and Quinn Cook for Derrick Rose. I'm not so sure I like this trade that much for the Lakers. Derrick Rose, when playing with LeBron, you need like a lot of shooting capable wings out there, and you're trading Kyle Kuzma, who is a decent shooter, and Quinn Cook, one of their shooting guards, for Derrick Rose. And Derrick Rose is playing amazing, but his three-point shot is still not there yet. He's at least adapted to his new role of a less athletic point guard. So I do feel like he's still going to be a good slasher, just less athletic, and a good playmaker, which would take some pressure off LeBron. But in doing so, you're sacrificing some shooting. Now, if you're going to keep Derrick Rose off the bench to have the Kyle Kuzma-like role, then it's not that big of a deal. But if you have Derrick Rose starting next to LeBron, then it might be a little bit more difficult to work out. But overall, I think you can get more for Kuzma than Derrick Rose. I personally like the Kuzma for Bogdanovic trade a lot. I believe Bogdan Bogdanovic, he helps them a lot in a lot of categories they need. Now, Derrick Rose is a good scorer, but he might not help in what they need him to. Moving on, we have the Philadelphia 76ers. So Zaire Smith, Jonah Bolden, and a second-round pick for Derrick Rose. This seems like a no-brainer to me from Philly. Philly has a very nice starting five. I just think they need to fortify their bench. It's very weak. They're not deep at all. Their starters play a lot of heavy minutes, and their starters do miss a lot of games, mostly Joel Embiid, sometimes Al Horford. But Derrick Rose, a scoring punch off the bench, I think it would really help them out. And it will let him play next to maybe like Thibault, and I don't even know who else is on their bench, to be honest. Yeah, that's how bad their bench is. I really can only think of Thibault right now. But yeah, Philadelphia, they definitely need a scoring punch. This makes a lot of sense for Philly. The Pistons get a second-round pick out of it, and a young player in Zaire Smith, so it makes sense for them as well. Moving on, the Orlando Magic. Now, this is also another trade that I like. The Magic do have Markelle Fultz. He's playing okay, but if they really want to contend, they definitely need an upgrade from Markelle Fultz. Now, the trade was DJ Augustin and a first-round pick for Derrick Rose. This is probably one of the better trades for the Pistons. Well, other than the Kuzma trade. I think the Kuzma trade is probably the best so far. But this one, the Pistons get a first-round pick and a serviceable point guard, so at least they can get some games in this year. But I'm pretty sure they want to develop their younger core. So DJ Augustin's at least a very seasoned veteran, and they're going to get a first-round pick out of it, so it really helps them. Now, Derrick Rose for the Magic, it gives them a much-needed scoring punch. The Magic, they've been a good team, but the one thing that they've been lacking so far this year is scoring. Aaron Gordon kind of took a step backwards this year. There was talks of him getting traded for DeMar DeRozan, which I think is pretty good for both teams, except the backcourt of Markelle Fultz and DeRozan is not a good shooting backcourt, so that might really hurt. But I really like Derrick Rose on the Magic. I think he'd give them that scoring punch they need, and they're not going to lose out on any playmaking. He is definitely a better creator than Markelle Fultz, and he's a better player overall than Markelle Fultz so far, and that's big for them. They definitely need that scoring punch, and maybe Derrick Rose can provide it for them. Now we have the Chicago Bulls go back home tour. So what's this trade? Cristiano Felicio and a first-round pick for Derrick Rose. This pick is definitely by far the best one in all the ones that we've seen so far. A first-round pick from Chicago. They're not a playoff contending team, so it's going to be a lottery pick most likely. And Cristiano Felicio, I don't know if he's an expiring contract or not, but he's a big contract, I guess, that the Pistons will easily take if they get a first-round pick out of it. They are rebuilding, so they can take on the big contracts with some picks. I really like this one too. But the thing is, the Bulls have Kobe White, Satoransky, and Chris Dunn. They're actually playing Chris Dunn at small forward because Otto Porter is out. Kobe White, he's okay, but he's still really young. He's a good shooter, much better than I thought he was going to be. And Satoransky has been pretty okay overall. Derrick Rose is definitely the best out of the three. Now, if it's what they're looking, if it's in Chicago's future plans, that's so much I don't know about. I think Chicago's also in a... I thought they were going to make the playoffs this year. I really like their team. I thought Laurie and Zach LaVine and everybody else is going to take the next step. But they kind of stalled, in my opinion. Now, maybe Derrick Rose will give them that extra scoring punch in the backcourt with Zach LaVine to help them out. But then again, Chicago's been one of the better defensive teams, which is pretty surprising. But they also lost Wendell Carter Jr. so far for a long time. They haven't had Otto Porter for a long time. And now they're going to lose out on... Well, they're going to start Derrick Rose over Satoransky. So Derrick Rose and Zach LaVine, who's a very, very bad defender in Zach LaVine, it's going to be a questionable backcourt. But I don't think Derrick Rose is that bad of a defender. He's very serviceable out there. And he's been asking for a lot more minutes so far with the Pistons. So it's not, I think he can handle it now. I think he can handle a full workload. It just took him a while to get back to D-Rose form, I guess. So I get, yeah, like they said over here, it's kind of like a do-over for Derrick Rose. Now, let's see what else. Okay, that's actually the last one. The trade that I like the most here is probably the Orlando Magic one. I think it makes a lot of sense for the Orlando Magic. In return for the Pistons, the best, it's probably the Kuzma one. I like the Kuzma one the best for the Pistons. He's not playing that great, but he's also playing next to LeBron and AD. Both of his positions that he can play are being taken, so he's kind of playing out of position all the time. I think Kuzma would benefit greatly in Detroit, at least. His numbers would go up incredibly. But that first round pick from the Bulls is also very, very nice. So those two packages for Derrick Rose is probably the best in my opinion out of these four. But the team that needs him the most, I would probably say, is the Orlando Magic. And if somehow the Philadelphia 76ers can pull this trade off for Derrick Rose, I think that is a steal for D Rose, and that would really help them. They were my Eastern Conference pick early on in the season. Not so much now, but maybe D Rose can change that. So that's all for this video. So far we did Andre Drummond, Kevin Love, Jrue Holiday, now Derrick Rose. Now we have a lot more players to go through, like Aaron Gordon, DeMar DeRozan, D'Lo, Rocco, Kuzma, Bogdan. These are all players that I want to get to. I'm going to try to get one video out each day from this point forward about the trade rumors, because trade deadline's not that far away. I believe it's 2 weeks. If you guys are enjoying this NBA content, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the future videos. See you soon.